Khorne here, and today I will be sharing with you what I believe to be the best Yuan Bo start in the game. In this guide I'll be showing you how to ally with the Hans Marshal expedition, and I will be selling Shang Wu. This campaign is on legendary difficulty with very hard battles. So the first thing you do is establish diplomacy with every Cathan faction you can find. This will allow you to return to Cathay rather very quickly by confederating other Cathay factions after selling Shang Wu. Afterwards, set the compass in the direction you prefer and send out a caravan. I usually send the first caravan to Castle Drakenhof to acquire the Von Castine blade. After completing these initial steps, attach the alchemist to your lord's army and attack the starting enemy. The battle is fairly straightforward. Use Yuan Bo to lure the enemy into clustering around him, and then employ the alchemist to bombard them with spells. Utilize the flying units to eliminate any isolated enemy units. And don't forget to kill the enemy lord for a higher chance of obtaining an item. After the battle, move your army closer to the second enemy army and start recruiting units. I opt for archers as they are more useful than peasant spearmen. It's important not to recruit units instantly with the matters of state mechanics, as the secondary army might attack you, making it easier to defeat them and conquer their faction. Also, do not develop the floating pyramid. Instead, leave it as a ruin. From my experience, the AI does not attack it so long as it remains a ruin. During the end turn in this campaign, the AI used the underway stance to approach the floating pyramid. Next turn, move your army into the floating pyramid region as close to the two enemy armies as possible. Start recruiting and use matters of state to recruit 2 units instantly. Then begin recruiting 2 more units and end the turn. During the end turn, the army that is further away from you will move closer using the underway stance. If you manage to intercept them, decline the attack and let both armies come at you simultaneously. The battle is not difficult, and you will be in a position to defeat them both next turn. During turn 3, attack the closest enemy army to you. If attacking the second army would prevent you from reaching the settlement, recruit another lord at the floating pyramid. Freshly recruited lords lack movement range, but they can somewhat move within the zone of control of the settlement. After recruiting the lord, you can still initiate the attack on the secondary army without Yuan Bo expending unnecessary movement. This allows you to move him into reinforcement range. After dealing with the third enemy, you can issue a move order on Spectre Zuma. Instead of declaring war immediately, offer to join war throughout diplomacy with Marcus Wolfhard for some extra cash. The siege battle is relatively easy. Simply capture the enemy central point with your Jade Lion and defend it with your flying units and Yuan Bo. I would recommend you start by eliminating the enemy lord with Yuan Bo, as they can be somewhat troublesome if they have warp lightning. Following the battle, recruit units in both of your armies. Since Spectazuma has a recruitment building, you can recruit some Jade Warriors for Yuan Bo. Now you can start construction at the floating pyramid and end your turn. On the next turn you should be able to attack the high sentinels with Yuan Bo. However, if for some reason you cannot, you have the secondary army with which you can. Sell Spectazuma to Marcus Wulfhat in exchange for a military alliance and some cash. This creates a sort of buffer zone, as the AI factions in Lustria will have to fight the Hans Marshal expedition to reach you. You can also borrow his armies to acquire his unique heroes. After conquering an entire province, you will get a dilemma to choose whether or not to keep Shenwu. I usually sell it because confederations are relatively easy to obtain in this patch, allowing you to return to Cathay without confederating another Cathayan faction. From this point onward, you can pursue your preferred strategy. In my campaign, I finished by conquering the Greenskins, and then turned my attention to the Dark Elves in Lustria. Another option is to begin attacking Mazdamundi, to acquire Exoidal and unlock more compass directions. With a sizable treasury and a valuable alliance, the rest of your campaign should be relatively straightforward. I hope you found this guide useful. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing. Thank you for watching, and until next time.